Hey, this week's Parsha, that's like the worst way to start a video, right? Oh, camera fell. Another week where we still have not experienced as a collective whole the ultimate revelation of godliness in this world and in all of existence. But of course, that's not a reason to despair. God is about to be manifest in everything, for everyone. So start to celebrate this already, instead of crying over the fact that it has not yet taken place in the fullest extent. Yeah, that's, I guess, my opening message. Now on to the Parsha. Before we get to the Parsha, I don't even like what I just said. Shoftim mean judges. They lay down the law. They tell us what we may or may not do. Shoftim are officers. They enforce what the Shoftim have told us. They enforce what we may or may not do. Well, also should do, not only may do. And in the era of Moshiach, in other words, already starting now, as I'll explain in a minute, we will not need, and we do not need, officers to enforce the law. I'm remembering, by the way, as I'm filming this, that I probably delivered this idea at least 3 times over the years in the episodes of the Late Parsha Show, but here's with a different flavor because, I mean, I learned this newly just this year. Today, we ask for Moshiach, right? I hope you do. One of the ways in which we do this is by asking God to return our judges, as in the former days, but we do not ask God to return the officers. For this reason, because with the revelation of godliness that comes with Moshiach, we are not going to need anyone to enforce our keeping of the law. We are going to know with such certainty, with such a firm resolve that this is my identity, that this is what I exist for, to do what Hashem says, and of course to not do what Hashem says not to do. By the way, I made a hole in the wall. I just got mad distracted on, this is why you should not film in selfie mode. We do ask for something else when we are asking for the judges to return, as in the days of yore. We also ask for counselors, if that's a good translation. Yayatzim. Advisors, perhaps, might be another better translation. What is the function of these counselors, of these advisors? To help us in our performance of the mitzvahs. Yeah, we are already going to be keeping the laws. We already will just know so clearly that this is what life is all about. But we will need to make decisions between good and better. So we need to have our advisors to help us make those decisions. Now, this is the key, okay? And I'm going to end with this. You are in a position of influence. It actually, in this Torah portion, and it's funny that I'm outside for this scene, we say that a person is like the tree in a field. The tree doesn't only give produce, but it actually creates produce that can make other trees like it, right? It has the seed inside of it. So every single person has the ability not only to influence others, but to influence others in a positive way, so much so that they want to go ahead and be a light for others and influence others also positively. Our job right now is to advise each other in our service of Hashem. We need to inspire one another not to do what's right, but to keep doing what's right, to do it with more joy and energy and enthusiasm. To live in Moshiach mode, truly, so that Moshiach mode can become the default mode immediately. May it be now. Live with more joy. Live with more love. Live with an attitude of we need to help each other, not by telling one another what to do, by trying to enforce God's laws and impose them on people. If God's laws need to be imposed on people, what we need to do is show other people and help other people to realize that they are one with God and they must be who they are. It's only natural and good and true that you should be you. And this is a life of joy and love and, of course, learning Torah and, of course, doing the mitzvahs. Demand from Hashem that this shouldn't just be something that we hype ourselves up about, but it should be something that we plainly see and that everybody can see.